second guest of the day is Anson Winder, BYU basketball star at one point, now turning his game to a status type of performance. And now, Anson, let's start with this, okay? What do you want the NCAA to review to help increase your statistics as you look back on your career? Because they can go back and review some things.
Just those first 2 years, I think they missed a couple stats that they need to go back and I think I had a couple triple-doubles too that they may have.
Up the three-point percentage as well?
Yeah,
there was one where you started for Tyler Haws. He had some, abdominal issues. Yeah. I remember that weekend. It was a good weekend. Yeah,
I think I got slided on a couple stats they need to go back and look at.
Let's talk about this. So last year you played with Kyle. He has the 6 triple-doubles. Did you have a sense that he was in triple-double watch during a game, or are you totally focused on other things that you don't notice that?
In the back of your mind, you do kind of think about it. He does so much through the course of a game. He's so versatile. It's just you look at the stat sheet, which we never really see the stat sheet, but I'm sure you look at it in the start of the second half or towards the end of the game, and you know that he's nearing it, consistently.
What now tell me this. So I don't believe that you guys have no clue on this. Okay, on the sideline, I don't believe it. I just straight up don't believe it. No one's over there saying, "Hey, Nashif, 1 rebound." No one's saying that. Like, that's not in the conversation.
We could be those guys for Terry Nashif, technically.
I think after the first couple triple-doubles that Kyle got, it became more apparent that, okay, maybe we should track this. And if he gets a little closer, let's make sure he's aware. And,
yeah. Did that happen? Like, did anyone say, like,
towards the end of the year? Yeah, towards the end of the year, it became apparent, and we'd let him know, hey, you just need 1 more rebound or 1 more assist.
Chilton? Kyle Chilton hooking
definitely.
up. I think that's part of his job, is to help with context, right? I have nothing wrong with that. I think that's great.
As good as Kyle Collinsworth's performance was and setting the NCAA career triple-double mark, what was the best thing that happened for BYU over the weekend?
Just winning. I think you look back and you much rather learn from a win than learn from a loss. So if you can chalk up a weekend and get a win like that against a good team, you learn from it and you grow from it, and it only helps.
What did you see against Belmont that BYU did that they weren't doing the last couple of games? Didn't do against Long Beach. Didn't do against, say, Mississippi Valley State.
They seemed so much more comfortable, and they got into a flow of the offense, and it looked a lot more fluent than usual. That was one thing that was exciting to see. The beginning of the year, there's always those little bumps and bruises you go through, and you have to try and figure out how you fit on this team and how to make it work and how to contribute. And I think you're starting to see guys find their roles and be successful.
Your good friend and former roommate Chase Fisher called what he was dealing with one of the worst shooting slumps he's gone through as a basketball player. Well, he kind of shot himself out of that slump against Belmont, 5 for 10. What's it like to be in that mindset where you're a good shooter, but it's just not going down?
I think as seniors going into their final year, you have such high expectations for not only yourself but for the team in general. And sometimes it's just a matter of finding your comfort zone and getting back to the way that you play basketball and what got you to that point. And I think Chase, the great shooter that he is, you saw him struggle a little bit those first couple of games. And it's just a matter of, finding that shot that is going to fall and then hitting your next one and your next one. And as we saw that second half, he lit it up, and it was impressive to see. And that's kind of just the tip of the iceberg of what Chase can do. And we hope to see more of it, hopefully, going forward.
In his post-game press conference comments, he mentioned that he knows that he's got to play well for BYU to be able to win with these young guards. Another element to that is Nick Emery. I thought it would take a little bit to figure out his role. I think he's figured it out already, how he meshes with these alpha males in Kyle and Chase. What have you seen from Nick Emery?
Oh, I see the exact same thing. I didn't know it would happen this early. You of course you expect it to happen since he's such a good player, but to see him come on this early, I think a lot of it had to do with him having to make plays early on in the year. You go to Long Beach and you realize that your 2 seniors are in foul trouble and aren't on the floor. Well, someone has to contribute, and he definitely rose to the occasion. And you're seeing that level of success right now. In these last couple of games he's played here at the Marriott, he's played fantastic, and he seems like he's in his element right now, and he's emerging as one of those leading and consistent scorers, which is going to be very beneficial for BYU and going forward.
Isn't that wild? What was it, Game 5, and he scores 27 against a good team? Like, this guy's really good, and he's 5 games into his career?
Exactly.
Like, nuts.
It's unreal. It's impressive to see, though. I mean, I have a freshman with this much confidence. this early in the year, it just shows it's going to pay dividends later on.
I'm going to look up how many points you had in Game 5 as a freshman, just by
Oh,
comparison.
okay,
Probably
here
like
we go.
2.
The NCAA
Like
needs
3.
to review that.
This is one of those games.
Before we put that on the air.
This is one of those games where I think they owe me like 20 points.
What's your guess on this? How many points you had in Game 5 as a freshman?
I don't know, like 8.
Because you became a starter.
Yeah, I think like 8, maybe 7.
You had 0 points.
No.
You had 0 points against
Wait,
Wisconsin.
he didn't play in game number 1.
Against Utah State. Yeah, okay. So the 5th game you played or the 5th game?
Either
'Kay.
one.
Okay, if it was your 5th game, 0 points. Your the 5th game of the season, 9 points against Nevada.
Let's go with that one.
Respectable.
There's the
I'll take
BYU
that one.
Sports Nation review.
Respectable. Yes.
9 points as a freshman.
You had 11
Okay.
the game before.
All right. Because of Nick Emery's quick start, is it unfair to expect him to keep up this pace?
The season is so long and there's so many ups and downs. It's hard to say that, he'll continue this throughout the course of the year. You can't expect 27 points a game from a freshman who is still getting used to college basketball. But you can clearly see that he will have to contribute. And so it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for him to play well, the rest of the year. And I think BYU is going to need that to win games.
What is this BYU team capable of? Because I see increased play from the bigs. I see young guards, but those starting 3 guards really effective right now. I think we need to see more from Toulson and Chapman and those guys. But what do you think BYU is capable of this season after seeing them play 5 games?
Oh, the sky's the limit. I think the last couple of years we haven't had that combination of bigs and guards like they do now, and the team is so versatile. And having 2 senior guards to lead this group it's going to help a ton. And like you said, they are going to need some more contributions from the bench, and I think that'll come with just time and guys becoming more comfortable. But definitely the sky's the limit, and who knows how well or how good this team could actually be.
So much emphasis has been placed on BYU's defense getting better than last year. Scoring has never really been the problem for BYU, but the defense was where they really wanted to address things, and Quincy Lewis has done that, now giving up 65 points per game on average. I know we're only 5 games into the season, but